it's just a discussion today. We got enough important people here to do it. Committee updates, hospitality, outreach, community service.
All right.
Oh, here. There.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. All right. Well, this is just a follow-up to a meeting we had on the 27th of February, where we talked about the service projects we already had in place. And then we brainstormed for some new ones. And we have two that are coming up this month. And Janet, do you have the things about the singing or the?
Hold the microphone.
And will you sing for us too, please? No, about the reading. There's going to be a Read Across PA coming up next week. And that's an opportunity for volunteering. And you have the sign-up sheets.
I do.
Here, you want the microphone?
Here, I'll pass it. Well, that's a good spot to sit because I can walk through the middle here.
Read Across PA is next week, and we have two opportunities to read. One is to Third Street Alliance, and it's on Tuesday, the 14th at 10 o'clock. You do have to have all your background clearances. So there are, we know, at least 4 of us that do have that kind of background clearance. So you could even be included in that possibly. So it's at 10 o'clock. So if you're interested in that particular day, and if I don't have enough, I mean, I'm sure I can call the centers and get more signups. We also have an opportunity at Forks Educational Center. It's going to be on St. Patrick's Day at 1 o'clock. And I can probably add some more dates during the week with either Forks or, I mean, we didn't think about the Easton Area Community Center. We could probably go in there and read to some of those students too. So, right. So we might have another opportunity. So I did bring some books today. Read Across PA through Kiwanis was focusing on gardening, but neither center really designated what they were going to, what they wanted you to read. Of course, St. Patrick's Day would, you would think maybe weather related, rainbows, St. Patrick's Day, but some of those books are sometimes more difficult for children that are that young to really understand. So, or maybe a little bit long. So we do have some short books. I mean, we do have some other books that are over here too. So for you. And so anyway, that's where Read Across. But there's other opportunities where we can also, I'm sure Forks would have us in all the time, to read. So that's it.
The other opportunity is PBS, their special day coming up at the end of the month. And Jan Schwartz is organizing that. So if anybody wants to participate in that, give her a call or text her or email her. And that's a really fun day for, being in the neighborhood. Another thing that has been happening this week, Rosemary has been reaching out to the Boys and Girls Club. And so do you want to tell us what's going on there?
I spoke to Dean about volunteering there, and he's excited. He said that he thought that you were going to do it before COVID started, and then COVID happened and didn't take place. So he's very anxious to work with us and do something. He suggested that we come over and see the place and see what they have to offer. So I'm looking at Monday, either between 10 and 1. I'm going to ask them if those are good days. I put it out to the people that were on the committee. I only heard back from 3 people, and myself, and that day worked the best for everybody. I also sent something to Kathy, and Kathy and I will be talking then about something that maybe we could do at the community center. So Dean has some really good ideas that he'll share with us, and we'll see where it goes from there. And
Here, okay.
if anybody else wants to come, just let me know. And anybody, Everybody's welcome to come.
That's what I was thinking, Rosemary. Maybe we want to put that out in an email to club members that aren't on the committee.
I'll ask if that's it.
Yeah. All right, good, good. Thank you. Thank you to you and Janet and Kathy for working on that. That sounds good. Does anybody come up with some other things they wanted to do for volunteer services? Janet?
I had,
Here.
Purple League just came out.
I'm gonna let Sue talk on mine. That over
Yeah.
here.
Miracle League came out with their sign up for concessions and the board. And so I did sign up for a couple of dates, and that was for May 13th from 9:30 to 11:30, and for June 3rd for 4 slots and for the same time period. So if anybody's interested in doing that, I can get a sheet going. But they also have other dates. So anything that you want to add, you just have to go to their site and sign up for it. So you could do it individually, but opening day is coming up, but we may not be here at that point. So,
Send me the date you signed up for so I can put it on the calendar
okay,
and people can get a hold of it.
okay.
And how many people would you
We
be?
need 4
4 people at it? Okay, 4 people at it.
4 slots on both of them.
Okay, and I know Roger does that as well.
Well, he did the one. He
Uh-huh.
did the one. He did the one. So he may want to do a different one this year. He may want
Yeah.
to do another time.
Okay, so we can.
Or he
check
could
with
do the
Roger.
afternoon.
Mhm.
I think the last time we did morning and he did the afternoon. Yes.
What are the dates for this?
It's May 13th and June 3rd. So it wasn't, I didn't want it to be conflicting with the convention or anything else that was going on.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you. And then, anybody else have some things that they had thought about or wanted to bring to the committee? And I'm going to mention one thing, and I think this is something we can do on at different times of the year and different occasions. If you are inundated at home with all those cards that come to you in the mail, birthday cards, get well cards, I'd like to start collecting them. And then at different times, we could have club members fill out little notes to people who are maybe never get mail, or send them to maybe assisted living or nursing homes, to people that would just be thinking of you. Somebody's thinking of you today, just wanted to say hello. So the thinking of you cards are probably the easiest to use. Another thing we thought about but haven't really checked into was maybe having cards like for the kids that are in the hospital, like little cards. And again, thinking of you, but we'd have to check into that to see what type of cards would be acceptable. But this is just something we could have as an ongoing thing, not a big, and something we could do at a meeting sometime. Yes.
I think that people online can probably hear my voice because I'm right by one of mine. The Allentown Northeast does that. It's a club project every so many months. They sit down and they actually fill out cards, which are for children. They take them to the Lehigh Valley Hospital pediatric ward. The ward has those cards. So when they've got a kid who's got problems, needs a little feeling better,
Mhm.
they hand them the card, which was written by a Kiwanis member.
Mhm. So do you think that would be something we could work on? Okay, yeah,
That would be a great project to sit here afterwards.
yeah. And just do it. And I think it would involve members that are at the club and something for us to do during a club time. Well,
Well, we could, gotta only have a couple more meetings, but maybe going into the fall semester, we could have the K kids. In those parts as well.
yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so we've got some ideas for that. And then something came up, but we have to explore it further. If there was something we could do for Bloom. And I think we're going to put the application for the golf tournament in the newsletter. If anybody's interested in supporting that. And also there may be some other things we could do, but I think we have to iron them out first before we, like, if there was something we could do for the babies of the moms that are coming in, maybe the thought of having a baby shower. And having it ready for things ready for the kids. So these are some things that are going around. Terry, did you have your hand up before? No.
I need to.
Okay. Okay. But these are just ways that we can kind of reach out and be into the community and do things in the club as well as the outreach. So anything else? Any other things about the hospitality? Hospitality does send birthday cards, get well cards, and sympathy cards to members when we know about it. So we know about birthdays, but if there's somebody you know that's sick, and they don't necessarily have to be a member, but they could be somebody that has a a connection to the club, that would be that we could send out. All right.
I just want to say that I did send that to Ruth Ann about Wendell, which Bill passed on to me. I sent it out, and I think delicately, for membership, I just said to her that given the past history and the fact that, we're still here, and, because I did the condolences part about all of this, but I also said that if you were ever interested in coming and visiting with us or stopping by or whatever, that we would still love to have her.
It was just an obituary in the paper for Wendell Smith's wife, 107
107.5.
and 7.5. And her husband was a longtime member of the club until his health went bad and he couldn't walk around much. So we made him an honorary member till he died. And then his daughter, Ruth Ann Harris, moved in to take care of the mother, and she joined Kiwanis. Then when her mother got to be too much to take care of, she now I gotta find someone in.
I had a question too. Didn't Ruth Ann bring her mom sometimes to the club for different things? I thought so, yeah, that she would have her come for lunch, and it was always so nice to see her. Yeah.
Well, and additionally, I don't know if we're gonna say this, additionally, they live next door to the Bartons.
Yes.
So Tommy knew Betty helped take care of Miss Beth as well.
Back to the Bloom and the golf tournament. Scott and I have had some conversations. Scott was looking to do possibly golfing. It's $300 entry. But there are packages where 4, 6, or 8 golfers. Then you add a little more money to it, and you get eating and things like that. So I said to Scott, if he wanted to do like the package of 4, which I think was, what was it? I forget the numbers anymore, but I said, I'm sure that we could talk about club / foundation making up the difference as a donation for Bloom. So he was going to work on trying to get some golfers together at $300 a pop. And so if anybody who wants to golf and the money's going to Bloom, I'm not a golfer. I have no idea what this is all about.
Hey, Bill. On another thing on the golf tournament that maybe we could explore, I'll put together a couple of proposals for the board to think about, but you might also want to think about partnering with Palmer on that, because I know there's probably more golfers in their club than there is in ours, and see if we could do some kind of a joint effort to support Bloom. $300 is very pricey. The other thing about it is that if there's a rain date, that money, there is no rain date for the tournament. It automatically becomes a donation, which is a good thing for sure. But, for an individual paying that kind of money for the tournament, that's a tough one. But anyway, I'll work with Bill and put together a proposal or two on how we might be able to handle this with the foundation, Ken, maybe, or kind of some creative ways to approach it and to be able to support that organization and that event, and very possibly with Palmer helping out as well.
Yeah, the only other golfer I know that's in our club, I know Skip still golfs.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure anybody else does.
I think Roger Connors is plays, so he may well be interested.
I think he's done it before. So
Yeah.
you got three of you anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can do. This is certainly good. Great day, great place.
I've gone internationally, but it's been a long time, okay?
It's also pretty much.
Once in Ireland, once in Canada, okay? And I took a lesson before I did it each time, so that's my extent.
But I think it's a really nice golf course too. Roadside.
Okay.
Well, this is,
Okay, and anybody, anytime you have any suggestions, please feel free to bring them up. So if something comes up and you say, well, this would be a great thing for us to do, please, please share it. Okay, thank you. Thank you all.
Can I just say one thing in regard to Bloom? I can send them an application while we're still within the grant cycle and see if they want to put something together. I don't know whether we've actually gotten many applications in yet. Barb, you would know, but it seems like most of the organizations submit them in the last 2 weeks anyhow. So how about if I send them an application there seems to be a lot of interest in Bloom.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Ken, did you have something on a veterans thing? James put on the agenda?
Oh.
That's this month? Turned it no now. Go ahead.
If I knew that it was, all right. Okay, so sorry. Anyway, Forks Township is offering an opportunity for people to get in on the Hometown Hero banner. And so you have to apply before the end of the month. It's $95. I guess my idea was that we do have some that have served in the military in our group here. I don't know what qualifies as a hometown hero, but I mean, if you live like Vic, of course, I think would be really cool, or Roger, and we've got Tom Allura, but we know he lives in this area. But John, I mean, like, yeah, and you've done that with John for his hometown. Did you do it for Forks? Okay, was there any criteria? I didn't see anything about what qualified somebody, just that. Yeah, I don't know, but I just. Right. But we do have some members that are in this area. I mean, he's up on. Right. So anyway, it's just an idea. Vets love to be appreciated. And so I don't know if that would fall into something that you would want to do as a club, just to pay homage to their service. So we can look into it more, but there is a time. There's definitely a time, it has to be done before the end of the month. But that's really nice you did it for John. I liked your comments about your guy. Very nice.
I'll talk about membership. We've done the new inductions for 4 out of our 5 new members. Terry and I talked a little bit. I believe that Desiree is tied up with running the business downtown. We'd like to induct her sometime soon, and potentially maybe if she's really tied up, just go there. Some of us go there and do it.
I did send her.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes when we do that, we can look into that. Walt and I still need, once we get through the next month or so, I believe Walt and I will start talking about an action club. But there's just too much going on right now. We had one potential member that's out there, Jessica Purcell. She said she's going to apply. She's at the Fulton Bank in Forks Township, so I'm waiting on her right now. So if you have anybody else that you would like to invite to a meeting, please do, and we'll pay for the lunch and try to get them information to get them interested in the club. Fundraising. Super raffle is June 12th.
On the super raffle tickets now, Joanne has the license. I now know the numbers.
Okay. The nominating committee, we have met, where we need a couple more answers, to lay out the entire slate for next year. I believe Scott is now officially, I think we've had enough people vote. Scott, you're officially president-elect now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that opens up a spot on the board to fill the remainder of your term, which goes through the end of the next Kiwanis year, I believe.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I just went
if-
one this past year, so.
yeah, so if anybody's interested in a position on the board, please let me know and we'll put that name out there. So just let me know or James know, and we'll put that up for consideration. And then James has with the awards committee. Walt, did you want to talk about that at all, or there? We've been having a hard time getting a meeting together. So if we finish this meeting early, maybe the people that have been going to the awards committee meeting are all sitting here. We could do it somewhere here afterwards. It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, okay, it's mostly what we're planning right now is for Bill, the
Yeah.
ceremony that we're gonna have for Bill's recognition as a elect member of the Easton Kiwanis Club. And I originally said that the next Monday would be all right for me, but when I went to put it in my calendar, I realized that I had already agreed to attend a meeting at Cheston Elementary School. There's a leadership meeting with a number of community members that are going to discuss the community schools at Cheston and Paxenosa, and the meeting is at 1:30 next Monday at Cheston Elementary School. So I realized that I couldn't chair that meeting or even be available for it, at least for beyond leaving about 20 minutes after 1. So I don't think there's an awful lot that has to be taken care of, just tying up some loose ends. But want to have a meeting somewhere outside of Bill's range of hearing, why
We'll shut the door.
we can work on that. It's Barb, it's Terry, it's me, it's Neil, it's Sue, Skip and Terry Houck are the only other two that I know of that wouldn't be present. So give it some thought and let's consider it towards the end of this meeting.
It works for me. Nominating committee. Anything else? I mean, this is an open forum. Anybody for any suggestions of what we should be doing as a club?
Well, as long as you've got if you have your background check and your child abuse history clearance, if you want to try to get messy, on March 24th, we're going to be helping the Shawnee K kids make dog biscuits. And if you have anything to donate, Janet read off the list last week. I think it was dog food, dog blankets, and other type of things for the Animal Health and Wellness Center out there on Island Park Road. Mr. Ellison is going to be taking those things out there after he bakes up the dog biscuits that are going to be made by the Shawnee K kids on the 24th of March at 7:30 in the morning.
They don't. And
But I am working on the individual, the president, to come here. So he was supposed to be here last week.
it's on. It should be on.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't touch it. It
Okay.
just did its own thing. But anyway, the president of the Lions Club did inform me last week. He couldn't make the meeting. And so we talked. So I've invited him. I'm going to invite him again to next week. Potential member, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I think he thought that the Lions, at least the Lions Club, thought that they were overextended this year, that there was too much going on. So we can still pursue it maybe for next year. And so that's where that stands as far as fundraising is for that. And thank you so much for participating with Serve. I don't know how that came out. But thank you so much for ordering those meals if you did. and
Yeah, the only
participating.
thing I know is they told me they had 16 meals go out on the first night when we picked up. So I don't know what happened the other 2 nights, but it should have gone pretty well.
This is in regards to our discussions about the Shop with the Cop. Monday night, I attended the Easton Fraternal Order of Police meeting, and I asked them if they were interested in doing it again this year. And when I got a positive response from the members that were there, I mentioned that we have been discussing it. That I understand that the person that organizes this, Sergeant Andy Osetnik, has already agreed to come and speak with our club about what he has been doing with the Shop with the Cop program. That is September, right, Rosemary? It's September, which gives us plenty of time because I guess I understand preliminary or our one targeted fundraiser with Serve is going to be in November, and the money is targeted to go to the Shop with a Cop. They're interested, and I guess when Sergeant Osetnik comes to talk with about that, why we can discuss with him how many of our members may be welcome to go along and help the police officers with the Easton Police Department to shop with the with either the parents or the kids themselves. I'm not sure how they're going to organize that, but you know, whether it's going to be with the kids or last year when I went, it was actually with the parents of children that were going to benefit from it. So there was a positive response from the Fraternal Order Police, members of the Easton Police Department, about the Shop with the Cop.
Thanks, Walt. Anybody else? E-club ads, and I'm not sure what that is. James added that to here. I believe there was an email that floated around about Key Club ads.
When I get some of these things, I forward them to you and I don't remember.
I'll have to look. Yeah, I don't
think
remember.
The weekend is over already.
Yeah, okay. All right.
No, Key Club.
Key Club. Yeah, I don't remember either. All right, we'll let that one go. Just a reminder that the Amplify program, the registration deadline is March 24th. The cost is $200 and it's fully covered after you complete it. So anybody interested, you've got till March 24th to apply for that.
You know, I have something else that I'll throw out to the membership, like I don't have enough to do. I got a response back from both the Easton Fire Department. They have designated Lieutenant Timothy Riley as my contact for this year's firefighter of the year. I've known Tim for a number of years. He's a firefighter. He's now a lieutenant. He was also involved with the I think it was the American Legion post 588 over on the south side, the Rice Ebner post. But I'm going to be interacting with him in the future as far as coordinating the recognition of the firefighter of the year on October 18th of this year. And apparently they have no they're not concerned that we're going to have it at the Pomfret Club at a noon lunch. So it won't be an evening ordeal like it was previously. Also, I've heard back from Buddy Shaw, who's the president of the Easton Emergency Squad. They're also fine with our August 16th date for that. We just, as a awards committee or a membership, decide on the location that that award is going to be held at and the time, whether it's in the daytime or whether it's their response was that that they have no preference as location or time of day for that ceremony. But it will be August the 16th.
Thanks, Walt. Anybody else? Kathy, anything new with
No, with Key Club? I have.
wrong Kathy? Okay, but that's all right. Go ahead. Here, Kathy.
The last thing I did for Key Club was I sent those pictures to Sue for the newsletter. I have not heard too much action with the Key Club at this point. I know in January, the beginning of February, they weren't meeting because of the switch in semesters and that kind of thing. But I saw Bridget and she said everything's going fine, but she didn't tell me any kind of thing. So I will touch base with her and get back. Okay.
Thanks, Kathy. Can I pass you the mic?
Okay. I think the biggest thing to let you know about at the center is during February, which was Black History Month, Lisa, our Associate Director of Educational Programming, created a program called Game Changers, and where different people are coming in. They came in during February and really just tell their stories, right? Tell their experience in life, right? How they started as a little kid and they persevered, and how they chose their career and what they're doing in their career. The whole goal is to inspire the children, you know, to be great, to think and dream as big as they want to be, and to persevere and have dedication and make good choices. So it's had such a positive impact on the children that we have decided to carry it throughout the entire year. We've had a gentleman who runs the Barbershop Academy in Easton. He actually grew up in the youth center, and he became a barber, and he came and he talked to them about why he enjoyed that and how he now started his own business. We had Les Smith, who's the owner of the new restaurant across from Paxinosa School, Big Papa's Wings restaurant. He came. We had a firefighter come. We had a woman who lives in the area who loves science and runs science programs on Saturday, and she's a scientist at Merck, and she came and talked to them. And so from kind of all walks of life and all trades, to just really give them inspiration and have them ask questions. And so they're very attentive. So if anybody would love to come or know somebody with an interesting story or an interesting background, it could be anything. We'd love to have you come, and you can just contact Lisa at Lisa Campbell at the center and arrange a date that's convenient for you.
Okay, thanks, Kathy. Nick, before you take a bite, we want to talk about the opioid task force, and I've seen I don't know if everybody's seen the piece on Channel 69 News yet.
Yeah, is this working? Yes. Okay. Yeah, the piece was on Channel 69 News, and you heard. I thought it was well done. You know, for a news piece, it was a nice feature. I don't know how often it ran. I know it ran 10 o'clock the first night. and what probably ran the next day in the morning and the afternoon. Does anybody know? I don't know. But I thought it was good. The scholar athletes at Green Pond Country Club the week before that Dean talked about last week. I would have to, I don't know where the young lady who, and maybe Janet knows more than I do on this one, but the young lady who spoke about her uncle on the news piece, I had a feeling maybe it was part of that from that presentation. We haven't really, Bill hasn't really been keeping us informed about when the presentations are and where they are. But I do think that that was good. And the question I have is for Kathy Presto, since she's over there. Has anyone contacted you? Have middle school age children in the youth center?
Mhm.
Has anyone contacted you about presenting that to middle school youth?
Yeah. I think about a week, 10 days ago.
Okay, good.
I reached out.
Okay, so, but that for as far as the task force goes, that's primarily what's going on is the video. This is my son. This is my daughter. Other than all the good postings, I think Jan is putting up on our Facebook page. It's you, right, Janet? Okay, well, there's a lot of good stuff that goes up there. But that's about it. That's the primary activity that's going on is that video. So I think we're going to have a meeting in April. So maybe we'll have some other planning of other initiatives going on then.
It seems like it's being well distributed and well received. You can probably go online on Channel 69 News, and the clip is still there. It was still there last night. Okay, so it's still available. It might be on Facebook. I don't remember an email, but
As far as something else that we should be involved in, I would encourage everyone.
I would encourage everybody to do as far as something that we should be doing as a club. And Jan Schwartz is the perfect person to do it. She's helping with land chapter and getting members of that group out to different representatives, advocacy for your early childhood education. I mean, that's a free thing. All we have to, and I know she would do that for us too as well. But if you're interested in doing that as a group too, I think that's a perfect thing to advocate for. We're all about kids, especially early childhood. And that I don't know why that didn't come up before. It should have been like on the forefront of it. So that's an easy thing to do. But she's arranging for us to people are getting together and whoever their representatives are, she's going to help facilitate our meeting with them in their offices or in a childcare center or whatever. So I know that she would do the same for us. Or we could probably even tag. I know I'm tagging along with her. So I kind of wear both hats. So
thanks, Janet. Thanks, Janet.
I posted it on the Kiwanis Club of Easton's Facebook page. It's still there. WFMZ wrote a pic of this, talked about the documentaries, and the WFMZ tagline was 23 years old in the grave. And it was very moving if you watch that part for TV.
For our members online, Priscilla, how are you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to be there, but I have a kid homesick today.
That's okay. You're here. Okay. That's why we do Zoom.
I did want to know when the sign up for the 10 a.m. reading for the children is again, because I may make it and I can volunteer for that time spot.
And do you have your background clearances, Priscilla?
Yes, I provided my clearances to
Third Street Alliance?
I'm sorry, it's for
Wait,
Third Street Alliance.
hang on. Let me pass the mic.
that's Third Street Alliance at 10 o'clock. And if you want, I can email you more information about that. Would you like that or give you a call?
Yes, absolutely. I just need the date to check to
On
make sure
Tuesday, March 14th.
I can be there.
Okay, that's perfect. Perfect.
Okay, I'll put you on my calendar now.
Anything else, Priscilla?
No, I was listening in and I'm just confirming that I have time slots available to volunteer for some of these events that you guys have.
There you go. All right. John, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well, thank you. Happy to be at least here online.
And you're a resident of Forks Township. Sue was saying you changed your address. I didn't even know you moved.
Yeah. We moved about 5 blocks. So.
Yeah, well. He's on Spangler, right? You're on your way up, what is it, Knox Avenue, that portion there, or old?
It's where the Sullivan Trail cuts off.
Yeah.
It's I guess it's 1 to 3rd Street up.
Scott, anything from our new president-elect?
I wish I had more, Neil. I'll be back on it's Wednesday, the 15th of April. I'll be back in the present in the room. The one thing I would like to put out there has something to do with contributing for the benefit of children, but it does have to do a bit with our club. So I'm the chairman of the ad hoc committee. I don't know exactly what that means, but Roger Connors and I have kind of partnered up. He's the lone member of the committee along with me, but we're going to build on that history of the Easton Kiwanis Club piece that we put together for the induction of the new members. So between now and the end of the year, really gathering as much information and putting together a much more detailed document for prosperity here so we have something to kind of chronicle the history of this club. So what I would say is anybody, and I'm meeting with Bill Walters when I get back. I know, Bill, you've got all kinds of information, gathering what he has, and anybody else who has anything about the club or any, for instance, was it Jimmy Bean that Bill brought up, interesting members that we've had in the past, send it our way and we'll just incorporate it into this, what hopefully will be an interesting document that we can continue to build on as the years go by. So anybody has anything, send it our way.
All right, thanks, Scott. One of the things that I know Sue was trying to do and the activities committee was to get more members involved, give them opportunities to participate. So I think that's what we want to still pursue so that it's not just the same people doing, most of the activities and the object is to get more people involved and hopefully we'll be able to do that. Upcoming meetings, March 15th is Bill Kraus from the Easton Police Department. Walt's arranged that. Tentatively, there's a board meeting on March 22nd, but I have some concerns about who can be at that, and I can't make that. So we need to talk about that. And then, of course, April 1st, we have our honoring Bill Walters as a lifetime member.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear it. Well, it's April the 1st. You got to show up. Okay. Yeah. Well, it was, there was several hours of discussion on doing it on April 1st. Not really, but so that's all I have. Anybody, anything else?
Neil, one last comment on passport opioid risk. Remember, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Remember that at April 4th, 7 p.m., if anyone wants to see the full 75-minute documentary, you need to get your free ticket by going online. And that link was in an email that Bill sent out on Monday.
Saturday, whatever day, it's Sunday, I think.
It'll be coming out some more.
Okay. Just a reminder.
If you haven't seen it, there's not only that, but there's other opportunities. I think is Dean still doing it? The boys, he might still be doing it, the Boys and Girls Club, but who hasn't seen it in here?
Hasn't? Did you
Has
say?
not, yeah. Okay. It's worthwhile. And like most people say, you'll hear a pin drop through the whole thing. And it's really good to see that it's out into the community. Well, I don't go ahead, Walt. No,
Oh, I was gonna say, I made the Director of Recreation and Tourism, Kevin McCarthy, aware of the availability of that. And I
Okay.
responded back with an email that he will try to see what he could do as far as the sports teams.
okay,
Within Easton, controls the registrations of all of the sports teams that are gonna be sponsored through the city of Easton. So, see what happens through his efforts with this is my son, this is my daughter.
all right. I don't have anything else. And
I just have one thing. And that was, I saw Sarah Panovek. Sarah Panovek, a former member here used to be with Third Street Alliance. We had our chorale rehearsal last night, and during break, she came over and she gave me a big hug. She says, please tell everybody I miss everybody at Kiwanis so much. And she's hoping to be able to sign into a Zoom meeting, sometime shortly and be able to say hello herself. And, so she just wanted to wish everybody well.
thanks, Barb.
Yeah, when you get your Monday morning blurb from me that tells you what's happening and what's going on, that doesn't go just to 40 members of our club. It goes to about 45 other people around the United States and the Caribbean who have been to our meetings, and say, we still want to know about it. So they're like friends or interested people. So Sarah is back on that list now, since he still wants to be able to join on.
You can ring the bell and I'll take my mic off and eat now, okay?